really love you. And all of a sudden, as clear could be, my father-in-law looked at me and said, honey, he said, I love you too. I just stood there in amazement. And then I looked at my husband. He was in the kitchen with his mother. I said, Dad, because I call him Dad because we have a lot of kids together here. And so I said, Dad, I said, he just told me he loves me. And so he walked in and his dad said, and I love him too. And I looked down at him and I said, Dad, I promise you, wherever I go, I'm going to sing the song that you wrote. Because when he wrote the song, he said he wanted me to sing it, to be the lead singer. And my father-in-law and I were very, very close. And speaking of the chicken and the supper at home, you know, that reminds me a lot because I'm a chicken frying person. And my father and mother and them would come up for a chicken dinner, and my sisters and them. And so when the kids say about the chicken, it always reminds me of good old days when the kids, and I would fix chicken, and my father-in-law was up on the hill, and he'd say to his wife, which she was my mother-in-law, and he'd say, Ruby, I think she's frying chicken because I smell it. And so, of course, I'd send the supper plate up to him, and he'd go, wee doggies. But anyhow, to make this short, I wanted to tell you, and Sid wants chicken now. So anyway, to make a long story short, he wrote this song, and it's entitled The Journey. I want you to listen to the words because the very next day we went and was in concert. And we were on stage singing this very song, and when I got to the second verse, my husband's cell phone vibrated on his side. And after we were done performing, we got the news that my father-in-law had passed on. But I want you to listen to the words to this song. It's wonderful, and it's called The Journey. 1, 2, 3, 4. Started on the journey, but I won't be all alone. I have somebody with me who can help me if I fall. He'll reach down so gentle, put me back on my feet. He will safely stay beside me till my journey is complete. He's been with me since it started, heavy with me till the end. He's with me in the middle, for he's my faithful friend. He'll be with me at the gates of heaven. They'll open and swing wide, and I'll live with him forever over on the other side. Yes, now listen. When this earthly race is over and the battle has been won, I'm welcome home to glory by that heavenly angel band. Up there we'll sing forever in that glorious promised land. There I'll be with friends and loved ones, we'll be walking hand in hand. He's been with me since it started, heavy with me till the end. He's with me in the middle, for he's my faithful friend. He'll be with me at the gates of heaven. They'll open and swing wide, and I'll live with him forever over on the other side. And I'll live with him forever over on the other side. Woo!
Thank you all so very much. Let me introduce this here fine five-string banjo player for you over here.
That's me.
Tell you what, there's a bunch of you out there that's never seen us, so I'll tell you two things on him. Some of you are hearing for the 100th time. You take your hat off? No, okay, I can't tell when he's not wearing his hat, thank God. Headlights must have got too bad.
Yeah, you wore it the other day, remember?
That's right, I did wear it on the way home. Anyway, we were at a show up in Pennsylvania, and this elderly lady, she walks up to Mother and she says, Mrs. Stevens, I'll give you 12 coon dogs, 15 billy goats, and 12 chickens for that old banjo player. Mom looks back down at her and says, "No, sister, I don't want to cheat you." How about him for my father, J.W. on the 5-string? All right, folks, it's not that good. Let's stop. We said I was on old Rocky Top down in the Tennessee Hill. Ain't this small you smoke on Rocky Top, ain't no telephone bill. On the road and all on Rocky Top dirt to Rocky by far. That's where all the folks on Rocky Top get their home from a jar. Rocky Top, you'll always be home sweet home to me. Good old Rocky Top, Rocky Top, Tennessee. Rocky Top, Tennessee. Watch two strangers climbing on Rocky Top looking for the moonshine still. Strangers ain't come down from Rocky Top, I reckon they never will. Once Luke had a girl on Rocky Top, half belly, the other half cat. One eyed to me, but sweet ass soda pop, he still dreams about that. Rocky Top, you'll always be home sweet home to me. Good old Rocky Top, Tennessee. Rocky Top, Tennessee. Well, I've had years of growing up, sitting on track like a duck in a pen. All I know is it's tough, and life can't be simple again. Rocky Top, you'll always be home sweet home to me. Good old Rocky Top, Tennessee. Rocky Top, Tennessee. Rocky Top, Tennessee. Thank you all so very much. How many more we have to introduce? Mama, come on out here if you would. Give Mama a big hand, folks. Tell you what, folks, she's been my mother all my life. And she's the literal producer of the Stevens family. Hey, you got a couple laughs out there, Mom.
Yeah, I heard that.
Tell you what, I was a good kid growing up, and I am Mother's favorite. She won't admit that in public, but in private, she tells me regularly through text, "Son, you're my favorite. Son, I love you. Son, your brother Luke's driving me crazy."
That's funny, she sends me the same ones, just about you.
She told me she accidentally hit your number one day.
That's what I thought.
But anyhow, I call her the Mockingbird of the band. Would you give Mama a big hand? We got her cleaned up out of the nursing home to be here with you tonight. All right, thank you. They're trying to argue with me up here, folks. Eventually I'll win. I always win, I never lose. I just consider it a compromise whenever I don't get my way. What are we doing? How many of y'all want to hear the guitar player take lead on another one? All right, let him hear it. He's going to do one for you. It's a beautiful number. It's called Rise Up. Wait a minute, we got.
Y'all have any idea how hard it is to keep these boys in line up here? It's tough.
Who screamed out, "Wait a minute"? Ask that in a little bit here. He'll do it
Wait a
for you.
minute, Teresa.
A couple of them back there. You never turn the fans down, son. He's going to do it right now for you against his better judgment. Oh, she's not going to do it. I'm sorry. That's the reason I have so many fans and he has so little. I'll do what you want, man. Ask me and I'll do it. Okay, play no more. That's fine with me, folks. It's been fun.
He'll do that one a little
That's
later.
what I'm talking about.
Okay?
about love that's been taken for right, and I believe it's time we rise above. There's honor in a man providing for his own. It's a necessary evil, that is true. But keep in mind that money's just a means to an end, 'cause you might wind up like me alone. But there's gotta be a way to rise above. I ain't talking about money. I ain't talking about money. I'm talking about hearts have been breaking. I'm talking about love that's been taken for a ride, and I believe it's time we rise above. I'll play now.
Over here on the mandolin.
One more time, we want to thank the Washington County Arts Council, Hagerstown, Washington County Convention and Visitors Bureau, and the city of Hagerstown for making this possible tonight, that the Stevens family and all the other bands that are here could be here.
Over here on the mandolin, the best mandolin player in the whole world, and no, he does not pay me because he's broke. But no, I'm kidding. Would you make my brother Ben Stevens the best mandolin player in the whole wide world? I think, anyway, in my opinion. Jeez, he got a bigger clap than me.
That's right.
I'm joking. He's gonna do a song for you. If you love the way that boy sings, please let him know it.
One, two. Somewhere in my thoughts there is a lady. She's walking back and forth across my mind, knocking out each chance of me forgetting. Assuring me she'll be there for some time. Her golden hair is tied around my memory. The pain she left with me is here to stay. I'm doing all I can to go on living, but yet I die a little more each day.
Sometimes her county my mistakes, and loving her stands out from all the others. But that was one I couldn't help but bear. Funny how some thoughts can be so painful, and how they just refuse to go away. I'm doing all I can to go on living. Should I die a little more each day? She lets me die a little more each day. All right, thank you all so much. Where's Bill at? Bill? Bill? Where's he at? Oh, they said you were going to sing a special? Oh, okay. All right. We're going to do this one for you. This is your favorite song, I hear. And I think it's one I sing lead on, so rightfully so it'd be your favorite. That's what I thought. No, I'm just teasing you about all that, but it is not Uncle Bill, unless you want to be Uncle Bill. I mean, it doesn't matter. Bill. It's going to be for Bill out there. There's one called Fireman. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sunday morning, hallelujah and amen. Just don't cut it down, then you got to fight the fire all week long. Well, the priest of the dream was Matthew 21 and 12. Working for the prophet, everything was going well. Till Jesus came along and turned the tables on them all, for they're trying to turn his house into a mall. The fireman meet on Sunday morning. The fireman meet on Sunday morning. Hallelujah and amen. Just don't cut it down, then you got to fight the fire all week long. Yeah, boy. Well, the fire's always burning if you want to volunteer. Look, Jesus said that you have to make the career. His work can be read if you only take a look. For the fireman's got to do but find the door. The fireman meet on Sunday morning. The fireman meet on Sunday morning. Hallelujah and amen. Just don't cut it down, then you got to fight the fire all week long.
You wonder why I'm not skinny. I should be skinny as a rail. Whew. I'm gonna do a song for you. They said I'm gonna do mine next, the one I just wrote. I said I need a breather. I wrote this song about 3 months ago. None of y'all probably out here have heard it, but a couple people. It talks about my home life of when I was a little girl. Then it goes into when Daddy was a preacher, and then talks about both my grandfathers. Listen to the words of this song. Oh, I need a little more time. Talk a little bit there.
Can we talk a little bit? Oh, JW, you got something to say?
Probably not.
Thank you, sir.
Now, no.
Oh.
That's called Down on the Farm. As a young girl, I was raised up in the mountains. At kid number 4, they just seem to keep on counting. Any sweeter down on the farm. As a woman, I still live here in the mountains. So much has changed and they finally stopped counting. Oh, to look up and see Pappy on his swing and Papa waxing his car in the spring. Those days are finally come and gone, but my memories still linger on the phone. In those mountains in West Virginia, where I helped Daddy work out emotional song for me. It's hard to get through that sometimes.
I want to tell you something. That was a heart-touching song about home. And the reason I know they did such a good job is we just watched a groundhog run across up there. And Ben started back for his rifle, but then he remembered where he was. And he remembered he probably couldn't hit it anyway.
How many of y'all want to hear a fiddle song? My goodness, they're asking me to say something. Do they know what they're doing when they ask me to say something? I tell you what, how many of y'all is enjoying the good sound out there? Do we sound good?
Now that's a miracle.
I tell you what, I want you to give a real big round of applause for our sound engineer, Mr. John Ratcliffe, the best in the world in my opinion. Now, John, just because I introduced you, if you get nervous and start causing squeals. And also would like to thank Luke for reminding me to thank someone else. Thank you, Luke. We'd like to thank our sponsor, one of our sponsors, Blue Chip Picks. I don't know, how many of y'all has heard of the Blue Chip Picks? No. Okay. What's a blue chip? It's not a chip you eat, folks, okay? Let's calm down. It's the best pick in the world, in my opinion, not because we're sponsored by it, just because it is. And I tell you what, they're a wonderful pick. And we have some business cards over here on the table if you want to get a hold of Matthew Goins about the picks. And I tell you what, you are confusing me something awful back here making ruckus behind me. Appreciate it if you'd stop. That thumb pick's not going to help you pick any better, Dad. I don't know why you bother.
It says blue chip on it.
You still play the same.
Yeah, so do you.
That's okay.
I never had nobody ask me to quit yet.
We're going to kick one off here, and I like to tell Dad this a lot when my car breaks down. Back up and push.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3.
y'all so very much. I tell you what, how many hunters do we have in the audience? Let me see a show of hands for all the hunters. All those that like to hunt.
6 of them.
Well, I tell you what, I'm looking over here at our sound engineer, and I see my cousin sitting beside him, and it reminds me of something that's painful. They came up and wanted to hunt with us.
Both of them.
Both of them. And we thought we'd put them in the worst or the best spot on the properties. Worst spot, Dad? We didn't hunt there, it must have been the worst. And this is like 3 years ago. My cousin Mike calls me, and I'm sitting in my deer stand, and I'm seeing a bunch of small deer, and he calls me, "Cousin Ben, I just knocked a nice 8-point down." And I put the phone on mute and went about my business and turned it back on. "Yeah, okay, man, I'll be there." Nice 8-point. A couple years later, put him in the same stand. We thought once in a lifetime. "Hey, Cousin Ben, I just got a nice 10-point up here in this tree stand. Come across the power lines." At this point, I'm saying next year he's hunting in my living room. You know, he's not going out in the woods. Then this year, our sound engineer wants to hunt. We thought we'd be nice and put him in the worst or the best spot possible. And I'm sitting down there in my thicket, you know, and I usually see a lot of deer activity, and I'm not seeing a thing. I seen one little one, and I hear this shot, boom, around 8 o'clock. I get this phone call. "Hey, buddy, I just saw a buck come through here, and I'm not sure on how big it was. I saw points, and I know it's a shooter. I knocked him down." I'm like, oh, God. I said, "I'll be up. Let me finish my hunt." And he hasn't even seen the deer. We walk over to this deer, and the stinking rack's sticking up. And I'm pulling it up, and I'm sick and throwing up in the corner, and he's smiling and grinning real big, you know. And I thought, great, because this is the last time you're hunting this property. I can assure you of that.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
So I got to thinking, I said, all right, next year, Mike's going to hunt my living room, and you're going to hunt in the chicken shack. Mom needs eggs collected every hour, and that's where you're going to be. But that was a story I wanted to tell them, because it makes them feel good back there that I dislike them now. So guess where me and Luke's going to be come opening day of rifle season?
Probably babysitting.
Luke might be, but I won't be. I'll be up in that stand John was in. Mike, you can hunt that stand because it's about to fall. It's getting weak and all that. Your hunt will be short. Well, folks, they're going to ask me to do another song. How many of y'all want to hear me sing one more song? Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much. I know a lot of people applauded. One individual, I'm sure, applauded so much for me over there. We're going to do a beautiful song, one called Mary Ann. I'll have a swing in to start the song, please. Thank y'all.
Y'all having a good time today? I'll sing a little bit more for you later. I'm just kidding.
My throat's good, but that E string's out. Tune that thing up just a little bit there. You're a little flat on the E.
Hi, Terry.
Thank you. All right, folks, here it goes. I'm going to do it.
Sing it, man. Sing it. Strum it 3 times.
How's it go? Okay, give me it one more time. You ready? I forget already. How's that go? Okay, I got it. If you quit playing around, are you being serious?
I'm serious, man. You ready?
Okay. There's a girl on my mind I can't get over.
How about for my brother Ben Stevens tonight, if you've enjoyed him?
Or love any man. And if I lost her, things would fall to pieces. So I'm dreaming about my Mary Ann. So I'll just keep touching of my gray hands, hoping for the day she'll understand. It may the mic so y'all know someone has to pick the break, right? Mama back, you feel like walking down here, Mama? Mama, you feel like walking down here? Give Mom, Grandma about a big hand here. Well, I know she's out there somewhere in a world that can't be found. And just to think of her still tears me down. If teardrops were pennies, well, I'd be a wealthy man. For all the tears I cried for Mary Ann. So I'll just keep touching up my gray hair, hoping for the day she'll understand. It makes no matter if I live to be 100. There'll always be a place in my heart for Mary Ann. No, it's no matter if I live to be 100. There'll always be a place in my heart for Mary Ann. There'll always be a place in my heart for Mary Ann. Now someone has to take me in it. Yes, that's good. Would you give my grandmother back a big hand? Thank you all so much. I know you all been waiting on that all night. I know my brother's wife. My brother's wife has been waiting on that. She acts like she doesn't like it, folks, but she's all about it. She was drooling back there. We're going to turn over after that comment. Mom's going to do a real good gospel song for you. One that she wrote, folks. Title of an album we have over there. It's one called Just One Touch.
Yes. All it takes now. Just one touch of the Master's hand. Just one touch, and you'll understand. what it is. These are my youngins. Papa and I have been married May 22nd. We were married 43 years. We have a family of 10 children, one set of twins. We have 18 grandchildren, and one of them's a great-grandchild. And I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world. People think I'm crazy, but that's all right. I just thank God, and I want to take a moment here to thank God, because if it wasn't for Him, I wouldn't be standing here. If it wasn't for Him, you wouldn't be sitting there. How about that? Praise the Lord. I'm going to turn them loose now. We just have a little bit more to go. So God bless you, and thank you so much for welcoming my family. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proud